Thanks for joining us. I'm Chezney Peel.
And I'm William Hennessy. Tonight on MUTV News, the man who left a mark on Marquette through music, the sad story of his passing.
Plus, a 911 call about hot sauce, all the details when we return.
Plus, weather and sports. MUTV News starts now.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Chezney Peel.
And I'm William Hennessy. The university mourns the death of a former faculty member. Nick Contorno, known as Dr. C, was the director of the Marquette Band for more than half a century. Dr. C was well known and beloved by many of his former band members, who remember that he was not only a great director, but a great person away from the podium. A former student said that he unified many people and that his vehicle was music. Contorno retired in 2007 after he received the Lifetime Achievement Award in music. He was 75 years old.
It was confirmed today that police have referred a case for prosecution against 3 suspects in the robbery of the $5 million Lipinski Strad violin. The violin was stolen from concertmaster Frank Almond after a January 27th performance at Wisconsin Lutheran College. The armed robbers were taken into custody on Monday, but it is unclear whether the violin has been recovered. 2 people suspected of stealing property from evicted trailer park tenants were arrested by Milwaukee police Wednesday.
A police spokesman says the 2 suspects are in custody of prowling charges, but could face additional charges as the investigation develops. 50,000 tons of salt for the roads of Wisconsin recently arrived in the port of Milwaukee, all the way from Canada. The heavy snowfall has stretched many towns' salt supplies thin, leading to some mixing sand with the salt to conserve as much as possible. Hopefully, all this extra salt will make the roads a safer place.
Milwaukee County Sheriff's Corrections Officer Aaron Arvelo has been charged with 6 counts of videotaping in a women's locker room. An investigation was ordered after a female officer reported seeing a man exiting the women's locker room. A wireless camera was found inside, along with recording equipment in Arvelo's locker. He faces up to 9.5 years in prison if convicted.
Oof. An embarrassing day for Governor Scott Walker and his party, as it was discovered today that they had on their payroll a man who had pled guilty to possessing child pornography. Alexander Combs, part-time fundraiser for the party since March 2011, had his contract terminated immediately after the director of the state GOP found out about his criminal record.
Jason Cruz of West Bend settled with the Federal Trade Commission after being accused of sending at least 14 million deceptive spam text messages to consumers all over the country. The messages offered consumers free iPads and $1,000 gift cards to Walmart and Best Buy. He is among 29 defendants across the country charged in March of last year. An estimated 180 million unwanted spam messages were sent.
Microsoft made headlines when it named a new CEO Tuesday morning. Satya Nadella, a 1990 graduate of the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee, will replace Steve Ballmer, the former CEO of Microsoft, who stepped down this past August. Nadella's former professors were very supportive, hoping that the current UWM students can look up to Nadella and aim for that type of success.
The Red Hot Chili Peppers released a statement Tuesday in regards to their halftime show at the Super Bowl. Fans noticed the band's guitars were not plugged in during the performance. The statement on their website admitted that the music was pre-recorded, but it held that the vocals were live. They released that when the Super Bowl initially contacted them to do the show, it was under the presumption that all bass, drums, and guitar would be pre-recorded. Even further, the band explained that it could have plugged in the guitars to mime the musical performance, but instead made the decision to make the realest performance possible. The band has always refused to secretly mime a performance in the past and did not wish to alter that standard after 31 years of being on the road.
Hip-hop R&B singer Bruno Mars is making his way to Summerfest in Milwaukee this summer. Tickets went on sale the day after he performed the Super Bowl. Longtime fans turned out in droves at the Summerfest box office on Monday to purchase tickets to his concert.
Mars may come out of the real winner of last weekend's Super Bowl. Billboard reports sales of the album Unorthodox Jukebox are up to 164% since the halftime performance. The rise is expected to account for more than 40,000 copies sold just this week. The album is projected to re-enter the top 10 when new sales figures are released later this week.
A man called the Hales Corner Police Department February 2nd to complain about hot sauce spilling in his car. The man was upset that the spill was not being taken care of by the employees of the Confucius restaurant where he had purchased the hot sauce. The police told him that it was a civil matter and does not warrant police intervention.
With record lows and snow all around the country, this winter will be truly memorable. Many were hoping that the worst was past, but according to CNN meteorologists, much more is on the way. Snow and ice will be hitting much of the Midwest and Northeast, while much of the nation's midsection all the way to the south with Texas will be getting hit with extreme colds. Only thing that I really enjoy about all the snow and cold is the possibility of snow days. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Nick. Coming up after the break, the results are of the poll about how many Americans fear a terrorist attack during the Winter Games. With the 2014 Winter Olympics upon us, more than half of surveyed Americans think that a terrorist attack is likely to occur among the Games. Among those surveyed in a recent CNN ORC poll, 57% said that they think a terrorist attack is likely to happen during the course of the Games. The U.S. and Russians are currently doing everything they can to make sure that those fears don't come to pass.
With the Olympics officially starting Friday, the United States is advising airlines with direct flights to Russia to be aware that explosive materials could be concealed in toothpaste or cosmetic tubes. Russian transportation officials banned liquids in airline carry-on luggage this week. There is no known threat to the U.S. at this time.
CVS Pharmacy, one of the largest pharmacy chains in the United States, is planning to stop selling cigarettes and other tobacco products by October 1st. Put simply, the sale of tobacco products is inconsistent with our purpose, said Larry J. Merlo, president and CEO of CVS Caremark. President Obama praised CVS, saying the move would ultimately save lives and protect many from pain and heartbreak for years to come.
The construction of a Miami condominium and office complex unearthed a network of holes in the ground that provides new insight into the past. The foundations of a prehistoric settlement of the Tequesta tribe were found during construction. The plans for the complex now need to be approved on February 14th by Miami's Prehistoric Preservation Board.
And now it's time for MUTV's World News by the Minute. We'll kick things off in Russia, where Sochi is set to hold the 2014 Winter Olympics. Professional snowboarder Shaun Wight has opted to pull out of the Olympic slopestyle contest. He made his decision after suffering injuries on a harsh course. Instead, Wight will try to win his third gold in a row in the halfpipe competition.
We will stay in Sochi as the Olympic flame has finally made its way into the city of Sochi after a record-breaking venture. The Olympic torch made its way to places like the North Pole and space. Even a 101-year-old man carried the torch for a bit. The torch traveled a total of 39,000 miles.
Heading over to England now, as British luxury car maker Aston Martin is recalling over 17,000 of their cars. The luxury car makers are claiming that their cars have problems with the accelerator pedal molding. The recall affects cars made from 2007 to 2013. The brand new Aston Martin Vanquish model will not be affected by the recall.
Heading south into the Middle East, as Iran's Foreign Minister Mohammad Javad Zarif stated that wishes are unlikely to come true about upcoming talks on the republic's nuclear program. Iran stopped the enrichment of uranium by 20% and began to neutralize its stockpile in order to fulfill commitments under an interim deal. Negotiations over a final deal are set to start February 18th. And that is your world news in 1 minute. Now we'll send it over to Nick with the weather. Nick, please tell me it will warm up.
Well, sadly, it actually won't. We're going to get a lot of snow and a lot of cold this upcoming weekend into the weekend. So, the temperature right now is about 16 degrees, dew point 5, humidity about 58%, so not too bad, and winds northwest at 10 miles per hour. So it's a little windy out there right now. The high was 24 today, the low was 17 tonight. Average about 30 to 15, so we're about an average right now, so nothing too bad. But thank God we weren't in 1946, where it was negative 17. Pretty rough. So for the nation right now, California, you see here, 53 degrees. Up north in Seattle, go Seahawks, 31 degrees. Down in the south for Texas, 48 degrees, so it's pretty cold for there right now. Midwest, about 20s, high 20s or so. And on the East Coast, about mid-30s, high 30s. In Wisconsin right now, it's really cold up north and northwest. Actually, Milwaukee is probably like the warmest area right now, 14 degrees. Up in Green Bay, about 11 degrees. Madison, 14 degrees, about same as Milwaukee. Tonight it's going to be fairly cold, so bundle up tonight. -2 outside, with winds at northwest at 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow morning for 9 a.m. classes, we're going to have partly cloudy and 8 degrees, so bundle up once again for tomorrow morning. Winds at west, 15 miles per hour. For our 5-day forecast, Thursday is going to be 8 degrees, not too cold, -5 for night. Friday, 16, getting a little bit warmer. But then on Saturday, we start to see more and more snow coming up. 20 degrees on Saturday. Sunday, a little bit warmer. The snow's going to stop about early morning. 21 degrees, -2 for the low. And then Monday for classes, again, 16 degrees, and the low is -4. Welcome back to MUTV News. It is quite rare to see the Milwaukee Bucks earn a victory, but it happened Monday night at the BMO when they took on a struggling New York Knicks squad. We start in the third quarter. The Knicks are down 8. J.R. Smith drives in, but then backs out and hits a huge three from the corner to bring the game within 5. Smith finished the game with 30 points. On to the fourth quarter. We are tied at 89 with 2 minutes and 31 seconds left. Chris Middleton pops out and hits a three from the top of the key. The Knicks answer with Carmelo Anthony drilling a three to tie the game up at 2 minutes and 25 seconds. With just over 20 seconds left in the regulation, Knicks down 3 again. Anthony hits another huge three. Milwaukee would have to answer fast, and they did. With less than 10 seconds left, Brendan Knight gradually walks it to the three-point line, steps up and drains it. That will lead the Bucks to a game winner. Final score 98-101. This snapped a 6-game losing streak for the Bucks. They go on to play the Portland Trail Blazers at 7 o'clock tonight. Now over to the Brewers, who are packing up their gear and heading to the warmer destinations. That's right, with football season officially over, baseball spring training is turned right around the corner. The Crew's pitchers and catchers will report down in Arizona the 15th, while the full squad will report on the 21st. The Brewers have several key signings to showcase, including pitchers Matt Garza and Will Smith, as well as first baseman Lyle Overbay. Also, top prospect and right-hand pitcher Jimmy Nelson will be coming back out. He had debuted in 2013, but is suspected to be back for the 2014 season. He stands at 6 feet 6 inches, which makes him has a powerful sinker, and is able to hit with mid-90s. He would like to bolster the Brewers' starting pitching staff as used this season. The Brewers' first spring training game will be on February 27th against Oakland Athletics. Marquette men's basketball team had a big win against Butler on Tuesday. Marquette was down just 2 points after the first half. Todd Mayo came out strong, though, and hit several key three-pointers throughout the second half to get Marquette's offense rolling. Mayo finished the game with 17 points. Marquette had 46 points to compare to Butler's 37 in the second half. The final score was 69-62. This puts Marquette, the Golden Eagles, even in the Big East with 5-5. Butler drops down to 2-8 in the Big East. Marquette's next game is against Seton Hall, Tuesday, February 11th at 7 p.m. Man, that was a crazy game, like, just coming down from behind, just like,
Yeah,
it's crazy.
it's nice to see Marquette win for once.
Yeah,
you
especially
know?
against Big East opponent. It's like,
Right.
It's also-
we really need that.
It's also good to see Todd Mayo finally find his shot.
Yeah,
for
he
once.
really helps the team when he scores those
yeah.
many threes.
Oh, yeah. Well, thank you for joining us tonight. I'm William Hennessy.
And I'm Chezney Peel. Good night, Marquette.